Happy International Women's Day. Guyana looks to monetize natural gas. And why it's time to assert our petrol power. I'm Rico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Today is International Women's Day, and on this year's celebration of it, the Guyana Fire Service has encouraged more women to join the field, with 24 of the service now made up of female firefighters. Fire Chief Gregory Wickham stated that every batch of recruitment includes females, and the current batch of 78 includes 14 women. A drill exercise completed by a team of women from the Guyana Fire Service and Emergency Medical Technician Service demonstrated that women are needed in the field and can operate just as well as men do, and in some cases even better. The Cabinet has approved a national policy and strategy for combating money laundering, terrorism financing, and the financing and proliferation of such, ahead of the country's fourth round of mutual evaluation by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. The 5-year plan aims to prevent, detect, and suppress money laundering and related offenses by carrying out effective preventative measures, intelligence sharing, enforcement efforts, and sanctioning in line with international standards through national cooperation and the strengthening of the legislative framework. The policy covers a range of government agencies and private sector entities and aims to address the risk identified in Guyana's second National Risk Assessment Report. The French ambassador to Guyana, Nicolas de Lacoste, has stressed the need for Guyana to be better known in Europe in order to attract more French companies to the nation. He expresses interest in having a delegation of businesses visit Guyana in the first semester of the year and hopes that the opening of a local office of the French embassy in Georgetown in September will boost economic cooperation between the two nations. Additionally, there has been work within the Guyana Shield to improve collaboration between Guyana, French Guiana, and Suriname, such as the development of a common security master plan. 2 masked men armed with cutlasses robbed a mosque in Enmore on the East Coast, escaping with an undisclosed amount of cash and a motorcycle. The robbery occurred around 5:15 a.m. this morning, while 4 men, including their mom, were present. The bandits searched their pockets and took their cash before escaping. Wow, apparently nowhere is sacred to these thieves. Edward Suku has been charged with attempted murder after allegedly throwing a lit kerosene stove at his wife during a dispute over a cell phone. He has since been remanded to prison after appearing in court and being denied bail. According to Councillor Elton McCrae, there's some jiggery-pokery afoot in Bedawakton on the East Coast. McCrae has questioned the sale of 34 house lots in the community, claiming that some beneficiaries were not eligible according to the criteria. He hopes his revelation will lead to an investigation and repossession of the lands, which he believes should have gone to deserving young teachers, policemen, and carpenters. Lingering questions include why a shortlist was created if there was a lottery, who drew the lottery, and how did some people win twice while some didn't even win at all. The council has written to the local government minister and wants the police to investigate the distribution of said lands.
Hey, I'm interrupting this program to let you know that not all truck parts are created equal. Some does work hard without any problems for a long time, while others does make your truck break down quick and got you running your pockets again. Get genuine high-quality parts from Powered Automotive Truck Spares and Engine Parts and extend the life of your repair. They're the authorized dealer in Guyana for Hammer USA products like brake valves, clutch discs, universal bearings, and other. Visit them at 1161 EE Eccles or call them on 697-0171. Powered Automotive, the #1 truck and engine parts store in Guyana. If you didn't know, well, now you know.
Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is 2020 Toyota Raze. It's almost brand new, and it comes with Toyota Safety Sense, Bluetooth, mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, LED lighting, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Back cash for $6 million. Or pay as low as $1.2 million down with around $160,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Pillar Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them you can send you for this sweet deal. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. Now for today's oil update. Guyana is seeking to monetize its estimated 17 trillion cubic feet of associated gas reserves, with discussions already initiated with ExxonMobil to utilize the gas generated offshore. The government is developing a national gas strategy with India's help, and Exxon is expected to produce a gas utilization plan. The proposed $2 billion gas to energy project is expected to significantly reduce electricity costs and make Guyana a net exporter of cooking gas. The CERAWeek 2023 Energy Conference in Houston, Texas is hosting discussions on the topic. So of course our Vice President is there telling them all about the goodness and wonder of Guyanese natural gas. In other oil-related news, Canadian company CGX Energy is building a deepwater port on the eastern bank of the Berbice River, which we all know of, and we also know that it is expected to boost local content in the oil and gas sector and the agriculture sector. The port is expected to commence cargo terminal services late this year and begin operating the oil and gas support base in mid-2024. The port will also help service exploration and development of Suriname's oil and gas sector because of its location as a midpoint more or less between there and Georgetown. Additionally, the port will provide critical assistance to the rice, sugar, and agro-processing sector, supporting Guyana's goal to reduce the Caribbean community's food import bill by 25% by 2025. But although I keep thinking that it only makes sense for us to have a port at Berbice, in fact we should have had that years ago, it makes no sense that all those goods have to come into town to get clearance when they could literally just go right out from there. But hey, I guess we're trying to rectify those issues now. Those issues that are seemingly stupid. And in fact, speaking of stupid, it's time for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? Ignoring the winds of change. That is why I'm in support of Guyana making a long-term oil arrangement with the Indian government. The post-World War II order established by the West is dying, and the world is fracturing into different regional powers and spheres of influence. This is why it's our time as Guyanese to exercise our influence internationally. If you've been following the news, you'd know that the US has been pressuring India to take a stronger stance against Russia since the war popped off in Ukraine. And a key part of this stance is India ceasing its purchase of Russian oil, even though it's so cheap and just right there. Nevertheless, given our friendly relations with all of the parties involved, it only makes sense for us in Guyana to establish ourselves as the alternative to Russian oil, or even American oil. In fact, this non-alignment would be a return to how we once were just some 50 years ago. In 1970, Guyana joined the Non-Aligned Movement, and in 1972, we hosted the Non-Aligned Movement Conference of Foreign Ministers. The Umanayana was built as a cafeteria to accommodate the attendees of the conference. Anyway, all of this is to say, now is the time for Guyana to start utilizing our large oil reserves and our gas reserves as a geopolitical bargaining tool, like the UAE and the Saudis. They've been doing it for decades. Remember, at the end of the day, expecting America to swoop into our rescue every time we need assistance is pretty stupid.
You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked about Paraguay.
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
And it seems like folks didn't play this year. Everybody was interested in talking about other stuff. No problem. So, with that, let's go on to tonight's question. Today is International Women's Day, and clearly the situation for women in this nation is somewhat dire when you consider all the things. So with that in mind, I want to know, what are 3 major things the state, as well as the private sector and even civil society, and us as individuals, can do to try to improve the situation for women and girls in this nation? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bolford saying good night, folks.